When you own your own business, it's common to want to expand that business as quickly as possible. So what'll happen is business owners will end up reinvesting their profits in inventory and expanding the business in any way possible, right? Because as they put more money in, hypothetically, they'll be able to get more money out. It adds to the financial freedom aspect. What we're going to talk about today is how to make that cash flow as efficient as possible. Because the fact of the matter is, we finance every single purchase we buy. Hi, I'm Olivia Kirk.
I'm Tim Urich. We're from Tier 1 Capital, and we're here to show you how to regain control of your money. So keep this in mind. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. And with that, we've done some research and found, according to Intuit, that 61% of small business owners around the world struggle with chronic or cyclical cash flow issues. And you see, what we have found is that most of those cash flow issues are self-inflicted. It's how they're using their money that's holding them back. And here's the key. This is where the issue of finance comes into play. We finance everything we buy, whether that's inventory, equipment, or even employees. We're either going to borrow money and pay interest, or we're going to pay cash and therefore give up interest that we could have earned. Now, we don't want to pay interest because we see the interest that we're going to pay, but we never see the interest we're giving up. And that leads companies or business owners to make a mistake by paying cash for things that they could normally finance.
I think this also goes towards paying off debt as quickly as possible, right?
Absolutely.
And what happens is we're giving up cash flow and control of cash flow at every turn of the corner. Every opportunity we get, we want to give away that cash in order to avoid the pain of giving away interest. But what actually happens is it causes more pain, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And here's the key. Cash flow to a business is really profits. And so what's happening is you're working your tail off to generate a profit, and then you get that profit, and the first thing you do is you walk it down to the bank and you give it freely to the banker. Where's your profit? It's in the bank.
How do you get your hands on it? You ask the bank.
You gotta ask the bank for permission to get your profits. That's not a great strategy. And that's generally what happens with business owners. They're not recognizing the fact that they finance everything they buy. And when they give away their profits through cash flow by paying down debt or paying cash for things, all of a sudden they find themselves in a position where they need to borrow money somewhere down the road. Why? Because they don't have access to capital. Why? Because they gave away their profits. So it creates what we call this debt cycle.
So if you're experiencing chronic and cyclical cash flow issues in your business, it really becomes an issue when you're giving away freely control of that cash flow, because now you don't have a reserve that you could tap into freely when you have these problems.
And here's the point. The cash flow issue is a symptom. But what do? We try to address it as the problem. It's not. So there's two solutions to a cash flow issue. One is to reduce expenses, and the second is to increase revenue. Generally, when we try to increase revenue, there's a cost. So most people's response to a cash flow issue is to reduce expenses, let's say marketing expenses. But the point is that the cash flow issue is a symptom of a problem where you're not understanding this finance issue. And if you finance things more efficiently, all of a sudden you're in greater control of more cash flow.
Right, exactly. So what we do in our practice is look at every single financial decision through the lens of control. Is this going to put you in more control of your cash flow and assets or less control? And the goal is to put you in as much control of that cash flow and your assets as possible, because with that control comes freedom, right? With that control comes opportunities, comes options, right? Because when you have options, you could say, okay, I can borrow from myself. I can borrow from the bank. I can pay cash if I want to. But the key is, the second key, is how do we do this in the most efficient way possible?
And when we say efficient, we mean to be in the greatest control of cash flow and assets. And that's really the gist of this video. It's that, number one, you finance everything you buy as a business owner. And number two, if you finance things in a way that you're in greater control, you're in greater control. And that's the point.
And think about it this way. Right now, with conventional financing methods, the velocity of your money is going away from you, going away from your business, going away from your family, right? All of the money is going out, and as it goes out, you no longer control those dollars. But with our process, we start taking back control of some of that velocity of money and putting it in an entity that you own and control, right? So instead of all the money going outside, we now have a piece of the money coming back to you that you're able to leverage and use for the future. Instead of, either way you're making the purchase, right? We're not saying don't make these purchases, don't invest in your business. We're saying still make those same purchases, but do it in a way where you're in control of the entire process. And now you have cash flow coming back to you, so that next time an opportunity comes up, now it makes more sense to pull from this pool of money because all of the money is back there. You're able to use it again, rinse and repeat all along the way and the life cycle of your business.
Yeah, and that's the point. You still make the purchase, but now instead of the flow going away from you and you're not in control, the flow is coming back to you and you're in complete control. And that is a huge difference.
If you'd like to learn more about how to put this process to work for you, your family, and your business, be sure to check out our website at tier1capital.com. We'd be happy to speak with you about your specific situation on our free strategy session. If you like this video, be sure to check out these two. We picked them out special for you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.
Thanks so much for watching our video. And remember, it's not how much money you make.
It's how much money you keep that really matters. We'll see you in the next one.